Well, appreciate all y'all being here. After looking at the film and going through everything from Saturday, we've got a lot of areas to clean up in our special teams and in our run game, but was very pleased with the effort of our kids and the physicality that they played with. I thought our defense came out and did some really good things all night long. I thought we played 60 minutes and competed for 60 minutes. We just didn't play smart and error-free football. So that cost us the game, to be quite frankly. So moving forward to Indiana State, I know it's great to have a home game here at Roy Kidd Stadium. Looking forward to all the new different environment things that we're going to have going on. And then obviously the game for us is important. Got to have a great prep week. Today and tomorrow are heavy days for us. And we've got to make sure we get out there and get prepared and ready for a really quality football team that didn't play last year due to the COVID and chose to opt out of the whole year. Have made some changes defensively from the 2019 season. And Kurt Mallory does a great job, longtime football coach. And obviously his dad, Bill Mallory, was a legend in the profession. So just excited to have them here and the opportunity to go out and compete again this Saturday, and looking forward to Richmond being wide open this weekend. So with that, I'll open it up for any questions.
Walt, only one sack allowed. That's got to be a positive. I know that, Louisville's got a decent pass rush, but you guys played really well in the trenches on that side of the ball. How impressed were you with that pass pro?
No, I thought our offensive line and Eric Losey, our offensive line coach, did a great job of having them prepared in the pass game with all the blitzing and the different movements, things that they did. You're right. They're talented up front. In their front seven, they're talented. And for that to happen, and it came fairly late, best I can remember, or not real late, but it came in the second half. And for that to happen late, I thought it was a good sign that we're making improvement there, and really pleased with that.
You did mention how excited you are for a home game, but as you mentioned, all these new improvements, game day atmospheres, just how excited are you for the future of EKU football and the present, knowing that they're investing so much money into what you guys are trying to do on Saturdays?
Well, I think it shows the vision of our administration, starting at the top with President McFadden and Matt Roan, our athletic director, and then our board of regents and Chair Diaz. I just think it shows that the commitment, not just to football, because I think you'll see as we get into basketball and we get into softball, baseball, and everything else, I think you'll see that the commitment is there to be a big time sports program and to raise the awareness and raise the standard here at EKU. Football has always been a huge part of EKU, especially with Coach Kidd and all the dominance that he had. But, it's something that as time moves on, you've got to move with it. And they have chosen to do that. We really got to captivate our students. We've got to get them proud to be, in Richmond on game day, proud to be in Roy Kidd Stadium, being loud, having fun, enjoying themselves. We've got to give them a product to enjoy, obviously, and all that being said. But, all the things that are going on is just, to me, it's great improvement. It's much needed, and I appreciate everybody that's involved in that, all the way from, Corey Neal, Mark Howard, Robert Sampson, and all the people, Sean Hamilton, all the people that are involved in making this thing happen, and to give our fans and our students and faculty and anybody who wants to come out an opportunity to have a big time atmosphere.
Well, Coach, we didn't see much of Deshaun Hewitt in the second half there. Did he get a little banged up? And also, I guess Matthew Jackson and Tucker Schroeder also got banged up a little bit. So can you give us an update on those guys?
Yeah, we'll see. Tucker's kind of day by day right now, but both of them were at practice yesterday and they're fine. Bumps and bruises.
Yeah, and Coach, what are you expecting? What's the game plan going in against Indiana State? They have a powerful offense there. So what's your game plan for defense to stop their offense?
Well, I mean, anytime you're going against a quality opponent like Indiana State, you're not going to try to – you're going to have tweaks to what they do from game to game, but we're not going to steer away from who we are. You know, we're 3 down front, and we're going to be that, and then we're going to be multiple with our 4 down fronts and our twist and blitz and everything like that. You know, they're a big team. They've got big offensive linemen, big tight ends, you know, and they're experienced, and so we're going to have to obviously stop the run first. And then be ready for all the play action passes that come off that. And, you know, we're not going to steer much away from who we are and what we are. We're just, you know, we have to get better. We have to control what we do. Like I said, I thought our defensive line played well the other night. I thought they did some really good things. You know, they ran the ball, I think 4 times on 3rd down and never got it. And I think that speaks volume to the improvement they made from week 1 to week 2, and Coach Hawkins and Jake Johnson and their development with those guys. And so, you know, we've got to continue that improvement. And the old saying in football is you prove, you know, the most from game 1 to game 2. And I don't disagree with that, but I think we got to continue to improve. I mean, we've got to see and match that improvement on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, offensively, we've got room to get better, but you know, and so do we on defense, but the improvement has to be there. So we won't do a whole lot of anything different other than what we have to do.
I know Saturday is not just the home opener, but it's the start of a 4-game homestand, and that's a luxury. I mean, for your guys just to be able to get into a rhythm, stay in Richmond, and just, you know, do their day by day what they're used to. How nice is that for you guys to kind of settle in and get that rhythm?
Well, I think that's important. I think consistency, you know, I preach that in our program and everything we do. And I think consistency is something that's great. You know, the first one, there'll be a little distractions. All right. And because, you know, now you've got people coming, maybe wanting to stay at your apartment, your family or whoever, you know, you got different distractions that come around. We'll have to handle those distractions. And when I say they're distractions, I don't mean it in a negative way. I just mean it, you know, it's something different. And then, but by the next week, we should be getting in a roll. And then by the time homecoming comes around, which is the 3rd game, you know, there's always something to kind of tweak what we do. But for them to be in Richmond and not have to travel, miss all day of classes on Friday and make stuff up and things like that, it's huge for us. And I think it's huge for our fans and everybody that's involved in the program to, you know, why it's still good weather season and warm and we can have some fun with everything that goes on with it. I think it's huge for our young men in our program. And, you know, we really need Richmond to come out and support us and whoever else wants to, obviously. But, you know, these guys have been working hard since January and, you know, spring ball training camp, you know, and they deserve a crowd. They deserve to go out and play in front of people that are happy to watch them play and excited what they're trying to do for our community and for the city of Richmond.
In terms of Parker's progress 2 weeks in, are you pleased with where he's at? You know, is there something that he needs to dial in on before this home opener? What's kind of your 2-week report card so far on him?
Well, I think Parker is operating the offense at a high level. I think he's starting to direct everybody around him. You know, he's starting to demand a little bit from people, which I think he has a right to do as a captain and as a 2-year starter now, you know, 2.5 year, whatever you want to call it, 2-year starter for us at quarterback. I think, you know, he'll tell you he needs to eliminate the turnovers. I think those are, you know, he's had three interceptions in 2 games, so he knows he's got to eliminate those. Not all those are on Parker, but we've got to get better at being on the same page with each other and making sure that, you know, with all the nutrition we had at wide receiver, now we've got 2 games under our belt. We've got to make sure we understand each other a little better and getting some more people involved. But I think he's done a great job. I'm glad he's our quarterback. I'm glad he's on our team. He's an exceptional young man, and he works extremely hard. And he doesn't look like he cares sometimes, and that's one of my biggest, you know, problems when I say it, it's my problem. It's not Parker's problem. It's not anybody else's. It's my problem. And I've got to realize that he's calm, cool, and collected, and he's going to be. And we just need him to be the best version of himself. And he's really blossoming into what we think he is. And he's a competitor, and he doesn't show it all the time, but he shows it in how he plays. And I think that's what's most important.
for either of you guys. How does it feel to be back home after 2 road games? What are you guys expecting back in Roy Kidd Stadium?
Yes. I'll go first then. It's very exciting to be back home always. Playing away is cool. Like playing in Western Carolina and Louisville was an awesome experience, but there's nothing like being back at Roy Kidd Stadium. This is my 4th season here, and this is probably the most excitement I've felt for a home opener in my 4 years. So it's just going to be awesome to have the crowd there. We've got the new field, the new lights, got a new entrance. Coach Wells has done an awesome job preparing us for this season. So it should be just very exciting to go on the field against Indiana State and get the victory, hopefully, come Saturday.
Hey, Jaden, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, going up against those Louisville wide receivers, that's a lot of speed. How do you feel like your secondary handled that type of attack on Saturday night?
I think we really did pretty well with the passing game. We had a couple miscommunications in the back end. That's when they had the long deep ball around the 3rd quarter. I think it was a post, but it was just bad miscommunication. So I mean, we understand on our part that that's something that we can change. That's not something that Louisville, they actually did. So, I mean, I think we did pretty well during the passing game because I think that was their first explosive play in deep passing game, and they're known for passing the ball and going deep and trying defenses.
And Jaden and Phil, you guys can both answer this, but Zach mentioned the home opener. It's also the start of a 4-game homestand, so you're not going to leave Richmond for over a month. Is it nice? Is it nice to just get into a rhythm on campus and realize that you're just going to be able to stay here and play in front of your home fans instead of having to step all over the country?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's always good to play in front of the home team, in front of the home crowd. But I think because coach always harps on us making sure consistency in our performance. So I feel like this is just the start of being consistent, so we can just go from this game to the next one, to the next one, and to the next one. But I think it's good for us to have 4 home games.
Phillip, would you mind answering that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Just nice to be home. It's always a plus not having to be on a bus or a plane going somewhere else. So you can just really lock in on a Friday and really just get into a good flow come the game without any real distractions, because you can just have Friday flow into Saturday. And then with it being a night game as well, especially the first one, you can really get your rhythm going for this home stretch, which will be very nice.
Yeah, and Phillip, what do you guys want to work on special teams to grade for Indiana State? Because you guys had some miscues on Saturday night. So what do you guys want to improve on before Saturday's game?
You just need to work in our coverage units have been a little iffy, which doesn't help you win games. So, but Coach McKeith and our special teams coordinators, working us hard with all that. I can improve my kicking as well as always. I had a pretty good game Saturday, but can always do better. So just, again, lock in more on that. But yeah, just keep taking strides forward each week. And as Coach Walt said, just keep doing those improvements. We definitely did improve on Saturday. When you're versing a great team like Louisville, any small problems are going to go into bigger problems. So against Indiana State, we know what to expect now. So let's just, we just have to hit our, do what we need to do and stop trying to do the big things. Just be consistent, and we should be all good come Saturday.
Jaden, what's it like going up against Parker in practice every day? What have you seen from him as he's, commanding this group?
So like I was saying pretty much that when I'm watching practice and we're going through practice, I see that Parker has changed a lot since I've been here. I've been here for almost 3 years now, and Parker has been the starting quarterback, and I can just see the leadership and the change that he's just trying to emphasize on the offense side. He's just making sure that everything is where it needs to be. And that's exactly what you need out of a quarterback.